I'm Ron.
And I'm John.
And I'm Paul.
Welcome to
Riverport Radio.
Riverport Radio.
Riverport Radio. Coming up on this podcast, we catch up with Tom Bledsoe, the new landlord of the Oliver Cromwell, just before his big bank holiday reopening of this much-loved St Ives pub. Our intrepid roving reporter, Ron Westrip, is out chatting to people on the St Ives quayside during the first of this year's Flea On The Quay market. And finally, John interviews Rod Best, the owner of the Hyperion auction house in St Ives. Rod talks about events led up to him buying the business and about the success he's enjoyed and is still enjoying since he became involved.
Riverport Radio.
Riverport Radio.
We're going down the pub and we're going to go and have a pint with our old mate, and I'm going to leave Paul to explain exactly what I mean by that while I go to the bar. Off we go.
Okay, Ron. Mine's a pint of Moretti, thank you.
I'll get blood in there.
Two.
Oh, it's two. Three then. Right, okay.
Three.
Right.
So, welcome, Tom. How are you, sir? Are you good?
I'm really good, thank you. Yeah.
So, for our listeners, obviously you'll have the amazing task of reopening the extremely popular Oliver Cromwell that's been shut for quite a period, and you've decided to grasp it and take it on. So how's all that going for you? Quite stressful at the minute, I suppose.
Very stressful at the minute. My big beaming smile probably suggests otherwise, but there's a lot of things to get done and get sorted.
Yeah.
But I'm very fortunate that I've got a very good group of friends and family helping with the things that I'm not very good at, like painting and sanding and all of those things. I'm much better at cutting pints than any of that handy stuff, so I've been very fortunate to rely on a lot of those. But it's as I keep saying, it's fine.
Yeah.
It'll be absolutely fine. As soon as the stock arrives and as soon as we've got customers in there, everything will be brilliant.
So what stage are you at the moment? I mean, the furniture, you've just given it a bit of a revamp, have you, a bit of redecoration?
Yeah, so in terms of what we've done inside, all I wanted to do was just lift it up a little bit. I felt that it was a little bit dark in there before. Some of the wallpaper was quite divisive. Some people loved it, some people didn't love it. I'm in the second camp. So we've stripped back some of the wildness, things like the artwork, a little bit of a fresh coat of paint throughout, just to warm it up but lighten it up a little bit as well. The bar has been totally sanded back and re-varnished, so it almost looks like a brand new bar, but it's not cost me that much. And yeah, just freshening it up a little bit. All the furniture, as you mentioned, I'm fortunate that a lot of the furniture was put in only a few years ago, and I've got a very good contact who does upholstery cleaning, and he's come in and given everything a really good deep clean, so it's all just been refreshed. If I'd had months and months and months, there's a lot I would have probably done, but I made the rather impulsive decision to open for Good Friday, and I've had to stick to it. So.
Yeah, I think that's a good decision. It's worth bearing some pain for, I think, to get open that weekend.
Oh, yeah. And the sleepless nights. It's like having a child, people tell me. Sleepless nights, I'm spending a fortune, but it'll all be worth it in the end.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah.
So winding back a bit, just again for our listeners, obviously we know, or I certainly know you from the tap room previously. Just to give you a little snapshot for the listeners of kind of your background in hospitality and generally, you know. Yeah,
well, so generally I've always been a St Ives boy. Born and raised, and went through Eastfield, Westfield, the Ivo, all the best St Ives schools. Well, they were back in the day. I don't know about now. And then when I was 18, I had the pleasure of being elected as Britain's youngest councillor on the town council here. Wow. So that was quite an eye-opening experience. And then since then, I've always worked in and around St Ives. For almost 10 years I worked for an insurance company which has an office just on Meadow Lane, and I started off as a junior sales exec and ended up being a brand manager looking after 14 of our brands and all their marketing.
Was that MG Insurance?
Initially it was MG Insurance.
You didn't get an MG out of it?
I did not, no. No, I didn't get anything really out of it apart from a little bit of experience.
What year were you elected as a town councillor?
2011.
Ah, that's why I wasn't here. Yes, I was
Yeah.
abroad at the time.
Ah.
Because you helped me deliver leaflets for me when you were younger.
Yeah, many
And I
years
should have
ago.
returned the favour, but I couldn't. I was in France. Sorry,
That's all
Tom.
right. I still won the election. That's
Yeah,
okay.
it's good. Excellent.
And what an interesting time. I never thought I'd win the election, and I thought it would be good for a bit of character building and experience.
Yeah.
And then I won the election. I never thought I'd get the pub,
Yeah.
and here we are.
Yeah.
So I need to think. I don't think I'll ever win the lottery. See what happens.
Yeah.
But then so
Have you got a
after
lottery ticket then?
no, but I might go and get one this afternoon. Recoup some of those ingoing costs.
Yeah.
You're listening to Riverport Radio.
Riverport Radio.
Riverport Radio.
But yeah, after all that corporate world of insurance and marketing and all that fun stuff, we had the pandemic and things changed with the business. Just the culture changed a little bit, and I didn't love it as much as I had done previously. And I thought I'd get out, and I had a little bit of money in the bank to be able to work out what I wanted to do, and I still didn't really know what I wanted to do. So I picked up some part-time work at Dorita's, an Italian restaurant, because I fell in love with their food and their ethos, and just a lovely little family. And they needed someone 3 or 4 hours a day for 4 days a week. I thought, I can do that while I work out what I want to do. And the longer I spent there doing that, the more I thought, I actually quite like this work.
Well, that's where we remember seeing you, my wife and I, that's where we first saw you.
Yeah.
And we were really impressed with how you reacted with people in front of house and how you looked after everyone.
Yeah.
And so now you took that obviously to the tap room, and now you're going to bring that, of course, to your own establishment.
I think that's the thing I enjoy the most is hospitality is definitely not for everybody. It can be tough. It's not just about pulling pints. You've always got to be game face on, big smiles all the time, which can be a little bit draining sometimes. But the reward that you get from that, and that I get from that, is knowing that I've made a positive difference to someone's day, even if they've popped in for a quick drink or if they've been in for a sit-down meal for a few hours. I always want people leaving in a slightly better mood than when they came in.
Yeah.
And for me, yes, it's great to make a lot of money or some money, but that's the impact that kind of drives me more.
Okay. And what's your vision for the pub? What if people go there? So we'll get around to the opening in a minute, but what is your vision for the pub, and what are you going to bring to people when they come in?
Yeah, so I think that for me the long-term vision is to get it back to being a proper traditional English pub. It's a beautiful building, a couple of 100 years old. It's got a huge amount of history in there as well, which I've been digging into, which is really interesting. I know previous landlords in the past. I know Jerry was very popular when he owned the pub, and he just ran it very much as a pub. And that's kind of what I'd like to get back to. We will be looking to open the kitchen in the middle of May, and the menu is going to be very traditional English pub food, nothing fancy. We're hoping to work with a lot of local suppliers. I'm quite keen to buy local and support local where I can, because I want it to be a locals pub for locals, supporting local, and as far as I'm concerned, it's the Oliver Cromwell is a massive part of the town, always has been. I think I'm probably a little bit biased, but I think it's probably the favourite in the town, and I'd like to be able to get it back to there again. I will be having live music, I'll be having events, quiz nights. I will let you in on a little secret as well, actually, because the living accommodation above the pub is quite substantial. It's 3-bedroom, big living room, nice bathroom. I don't need all that space because it's just me. So the very good sized living room, at some point, I hope in the next 6 months, I'm going to totally refurbish, and that will be an additional either dining area or little function space for birthday parties, business dinners, all sorts of things like that. So I don't think many people are aware of the room that's up there, but it is a little hidden gem up a gorgeous staircase. So
How many will that hold then?
I think comfortably I could probably get about 20 in there.
Oh, cool.
So it's a really good sized space, and I'd configure it differently depending on the requirement. if it was a big family get together, we can have one big table.
Yeah.
If it's smaller groups, or if it's busy downstairs but the kitchen have capacity, we'll seat more people upstairs.
You're listening to Riverport Radio.
Riverport Radio.
Riverport Radio.
But other things I see that are quite popular at the moment with, because you can't really just run a pub as a pub anymore. You need to diversify a little bit. So I see things like painting and Prosecco, or wreath making workshops around Christmas. I think they're all great. They can all pop upstairs in the function room. Doesn't impact the bar, but hopefully it brings me an additional revenue stream.
Revenue, yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, so could be the next Riverport Radio studio.
There's always a spare studio, yeah. I mean,
Well, we might need an extension.
yes.
Yes, it could happen. Yeah.
So let's get back to the opening time. So you're talking about opening on Good Friday, I believe. So
Yes.
what are your plans for kind of that opening weekend?
So, opening weekend, I thought Good Friday would be a good time to open. Being the bank holiday, lots of people are off work. It might even be sunny. That would be nice.
Hopefully, yeah.
So I'll be opening at midday. Friday will be midday till midnight, with last orders at 11:30, because I'd like everyone to be out by midnight. Same again on Saturday. Possibly the same again on the Sunday, as it's a bank holiday, and then Friday will be, not Friday, Monday comes after Sunday, doesn't it?
Yeah.
My mind's all over the place. And on the Monday it will be 12 till 10 p.m. And that will be the initial kind of weekday hours. Monday to Wednesday will be 12 till 10. Thursdays will be a little bit later till 11. Fridays and Saturdays will be until midnight, and then Sundays will be till about 9 or 10 again.
Okay.
I am planning at some point in the near future to, I've got a variation on the licence going in at the moment with the district council, so that I can open the premises from 9 in the morning, because I know that in St Ives there are a lot of people that like having a coffee and a pastry or something that's not necessarily a pint. I'm going to be there anyway. I might as well open the doors and let people in and enjoy.
I think you're going to be busy, Tom, if you're opening all those hours, mate.
I think I'll be very, very busy.
I wouldn't buy a dog if I was you.
No.
You won't have time to walk.
Not planning on buying a dog, not planning on finding a wife.
Will you allow dogs in? That's the question.
I will allow dogs in.
Excellent.
I absolutely
Excellent.
will. I think once we've got the kitchen open, the main dining, people will be able to eat wherever they like, in the pub, in the courtyard, wherever. I think the main dining area will be the bit towards the back of the building, and I'll probably ask that dogs are kept out of there. But all around the front bar, in the courtyard, because sometimes dogs are much friendlier than your customers. So it's nice to be able to give them a little stroll.
Ours are.
Yes. Well, ours are,
Much
definitely.
nicer than us.
Yeah.
All three of us have got dogs, you know.
You better bring them all in.
Liverpool crew, absolutely.
We'll have treats, we'll have water
Yeah,
bowls. If you look after the dogs, the owners will follow.
Yeah, exactly right, mate. Exactly right. So, well, all the best for your plans, mate. It sounds fantastic. We will certainly be frequenting it, won't we, Ronnie? And
We
John?
absolutely will.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because it's, amongst other things, I understand you've got a piano in there.
I
haven't you?
do, indeed. It does need tuning.
Yeah.
So if anyone knows a tuner,
Well, it's all right. Piano man can play anything.
perfect.
And will we notice if it's in tune or not?
As long as one or two notes are in tune, he'll just use those ones.
We'll make up the rest.
The middle C is definitely in tune. It's everything either side of it that's a little bit off.
And I've got to actually throw the plug in as well, because I think I mentioned this to you when we bumped into each other on the quayside the other day. But on the 26th of July,
Yes.
Oliver Cromwell himself is coming to town, and he's going to blow up the bridge. And he's bringing quite a lot of his mates, somewhere around 400 of them. So I think it's probably a good idea if they actually pop in there for a pub, for a pint.
I would absolutely love to have Oliver Cromwell.
I think you're going to have to do something a bit special for that day.
Yeah.
You're listening to Riverport Radio.
Riverport Radio.
Riverport Radio.
Yeah, the publicity's just about to hit the streets. So
Yes,
just doing the posters at the
A few
moment.
cavalier serving maids or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, well, Yeah, it's.
And what are the beers? Is it the Conehead beer, the Cromwell beer?
Yes. So
There's two.
Patworth Brewery are doing Conehead Bitter,
Yeah.
which is obviously the image is Ollie with his cone on his head.
His
There's
traffic
been
cone.
a lot of debate about this. Some
Yeah.
people have said that's disrespectful and
Yeah.
it doesn't have a good image to the town. But I was fortunate that it's the town team who were doing promoting this, and of the sort of 7 or 8 members of us who were looking at it, couldn't agree anything. So I simply said to Chris at Patworth Brewery, "Can you make the decision?"
Yeah.
And he's decided that Conehead was the best thing. He said anything with a bit of humour in it
Yeah.
will help sell. So he's going to be producing that, and then the Snug are going to be having Prince Rupert Ale on tap, a draft ale. So we're covering both sides of the parliamentary royalist equation there.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's good
Yeah.
fun.
So that'll be good.
So there's a definite opportunity there for you, for the Ollie Cromwell.
Yeah.
Might even dress up myself in
That's
something
it,
nice.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, there's a thought. And then moving on from that, of course, John will no doubt touch bases with you, but you are the opening act for the...
No, he's not the opening.
Oh, he's not?
It used to be,
Oh, right.
but because he wasn't up and running when we were doing the programme,
Right.
I think he's 3rd or 4th. But he's definitely there.
It's on the Thursday.
It's on the opening day.
It's the opening day.
And for those wondering what I'm talking about, it's the Jazz and Blues Festival.
Yeah.
We'll
So
be returning back to the Ollie Crom.
Yeah, so indeed, which is great news. I have to say, originally they were booked to go in the White Hart, but of course, with the White Hart having its difficulties at the moment, we couldn't wait to find out a new venue. And then you came along and said you're opening. So you've got Claude Bourbon coming to play. Now he's unusual. He's from Belgium. He's probably the most different of all the acts, but a superb guitarist. Tremendous entertainment, and I think that's 7:30 on Thursday, the 11th, is it? 11th or 13th? Yes, so the 11th of September, Thursday the 11th of September. So I got a Belgian guy to put up there.
I'll see if I
And
can
have
find
you
any
got this
Belgian
nice-
beers.
Have you got this nice upstairs? You might be sleeping on your settee.
I'll get a little
Because
bar
he's
up there
touring
for
the
him.
UK.
But yeah, I'm very excited to be part of the jazz. It's jazz and blues, not blues and jazz. Yeah.
It's the Jazz and
Jazz
Blues,
and Blues
the old
Festival.
Liverpool Jazz
And
and Blues
interestingly,
Festival.
because I've been working away in the pub the last couple of weeks, everybody who's walked past is very interested to know what's going on, and I would probably say about 60% of the conversations I've had with people have started with, "Are you getting involved with the Jazz and Blues
Oh,
Festival?"
excellent! Oh, that's great
So
news.
people
isn't it?
very fondly remember the involvement there before,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, we used
to
to
see
love.
it back.
Sorry to
Yeah.
interrupt. We used to love because we try and go to as many acts as possible.
Yeah, you do, don't you?
And my wife and I normally manage. There's about 29. Is it this time?
It's 28 actual gigs and a dance session, which I don't think you'll be going to.
No, I won't be going to it.
So 28 free gigs. Yeah.
28 gigs, and Amanda and I usually try and get to about 19 or 20. We normally succeed doing that, and we always used to start at the Ollie, of course.
Well,
That was
it's always
where it
the
always
first-
where it always started.
the
So,
first act, yeah.
but by the end of Sunday, you're flagging a bit. But it's
Yeah.
it's such an amazing festival, of course. But yeah, so that'd be great to have you back on the circuit there.
You're listening to Riverport Radio.
Riverport Radio.
Riverport Radio.
I discovered an interesting fact the other day because I was, I don't know why, but I was watching something and they said, oh, I know what it was. It was that programme on the television where you want to move to the country. And this couple were moving to Norfolk, and it was somewhere near King's Lynn, and they went in to look at King's Lynn. And the chap in the arts theatre at King's Lynn said they host the biggest free festival of music in the country. So I thought, well, I've never heard of that. So I looked it up, and I have to tell you that it's less gigs than we have, and all ours are free. So I think they got that a bit wrong. I think ours is probably the biggest free festival of music in the country, if they're claiming that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's something worth billing, yeah.
It is, and to actually sort of have so many venues in town here as well doing that, I think it's amazing. But it's great to have you back on board, Tom, with the Ollie Crom.
It's great to be back on board.
I'm really looking forward to you getting out and we'll be down there, and Paul will come down and tinkle your ivories.
Perfect. You can come and breakfast any time.
As it were.
I have made sure the piano is now a feature.
Yes.
So beforehand it was a little bit tucked in the corner, but we've there used to be you may remember it, rather
A garish sign.
Yeah, you've said it, not me, but there used to be quite a large fake plant wall with almost neon Oliver Cromwell sign. One of the first things I did when I got the keys was take that off the wall. And the piano is there, pride of place, with a lovely big mirror
as you go
above
in
it.
the left.
Yeah,
Excellent.
so-
Oh, the big mirror above it, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, because otherwise you're playing the piano looking at a wall. Oh, that sounds like Ron's phone.
Yeah, did you turn the phone off then, Ron, or not?
Yeah, well, I thought I did. My apologies to listeners everywhere. It's
So, and I know who's taken that off your hands, that garish neon sign.
Yes.
Colin and Helen have got it in their courtyard.
It's not made it far down the road.
So they love it, and it kind of.
Will you be putting the band that side, do you think?
Well, I'm not sure.
I think-
I'll see
I think-
what works. I think it'd be a nice
you need
little
to
corner.
sort out where's the best place, because I've never, although it's the obvious place to put them in, what was the fireplace.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't think it was. I mean, yes, it was put there because you could hear the music down the side and across, but it always created a very small area for people to get to the bar. And
Yes.
I think it could be looked at slightly differently.
I think there'll be a little bit of trial and error.
Yeah.
We'll see what works.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as there's still a clear passage to get through to the bathrooms, which I don't know if you remember the bathrooms, they were a bright orange colour before, very garish after you've had a few drinks. I've toned that down a little bit too.
Excellent.
Right, well, so best of luck, Tom.
Thank you very much. Looking forward to having you there.
We'll be down there, and good luck with the opening weekend, and obviously we'll be there to see you and support you.
Amazing. And feel free to collect some glasses off the tables while you're there.
No problem.
Thank you.
We'll do our best.
Appreciate it.
We'd love to hear from you. Please get in touch with us if you'd like to feature on our Riverport Radio podcast. Whether you're a business or an individual and you've got something to say or something to share, please contact us using the following details. You can text us direct from our podcast. You'll see the send us a text prompt just under the play button. You can message us direct from our Facebook page. Search on Facebook for Riverport Radio Podcast, or write to us via email editor@theriverporter.uk. We look forward to hearing from you.
Well, here I am. I'm down on the quayside. It's May the 4th, Sunday, and bank holiday weekend, of course. And here I am, sort of wandering along the quayside for this year's first Flea On The Quay organisation, which is run by the St Ives town team. Good turnout, lots of people here. Sunny day, not really. It was going to be, but the sun's let us down a little bit. But here we are, there's still plenty of people milling amongst the stalls and tables, and it really looks like a nice event. This is something which hopefully they're going to carry on for the next few months on the first Sunday of each month. Well, as I walk amongst the table holders here down at the actual flea market, I come across a gentleman selling, vinyl records. Absolutely brilliant, because I just love all this stuff. Paul will as well, I know, if he's been listening to us. He's sitting beside me at the moment, and let's have a look. So sorry, so you are?
My name's Neil.
Neil, brilliant. So the weather's not been too kind to you today, but what sort of thing are people looking for these days?
Usual classic rock stuff, Beatles and Bowie, Pink Floyd. Can't go wrong.
Yeah, I got to say, I got rid of my record deck years ago, and I really regret having not got it still to hand.
Yeah, you can't beat the sound of vinyl.
I just saw a lady there collecting a copy of Dark Side of the Moon from you. Are these sort of things still readily available, are they? Do you still...
Yeah, you get reissues and then different versions, obviously. and the first pressings will be more expensive than a reissue.
So is this your main business, or is it something you...
It's just sideline, yeah. I work for Mind. I work on the suicide phone line.
Oh, right, that's a...
So, yeah, people phone up when they're in crisis and try and help them.
Well, that's a different sort of...
I need some time away
pace.
from that.
Yeah, absolutely. So I can see you now sitting with your headphones as some of these LPs playing in the evening.
Yeah. You need something to calm down after that.
Chill yourself down. You must hear some horrible things.
You do indeed.
Maybe that's something we'll have to talk to you about on Riverport Radio another time. Brilliant.
Yeah, it'd be a good thing to promote.
Okay. All right, thanks. Well, I hope it goes all right for you this morning.
Thanks.
Nice to meet you. Thank you. Well, as I walk through here, the sun is starting to come out, which is rather nice. There's all sorts of things going on. And I got Gilly Jackson here. I'm just having a look at her table. Had any luck, Gilly? Have you been selling anything?
I have actually. I'm really pleased. So a bit of everything's gone already, and people seem to really enjoy coming down and wandering around our beautiful town.
Yeah, well, that's it. I mean, this is what it's all about. There's a town team event, and it's just brings people into town again.
So it looks lively.
They'll all be doing this. We've got a coffee machine here these days now, so they can sit out. He's even doing bacon sandwiches. Brilliant.
Oh, brilliant! I didn't know that.
Yeah, yes, £3, he said.
Oh, excellent.
So there you go.
A bargain. Thank you. Excellent.
Right, I'm moving on then.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
You're listening to Riverport Radio.
Riverport Radio.
Riverport Radio.
Right, well, here I am again, moving along. So, there's lovely ladies here actually selling all kinds of what we got here. Well, I'll tell you what, you tell me what you got. What are you all doing?
We have got lots and lots of things. So we're from Dream Glow down East Street, just opposite the Welcome Chinese, and we sell lots and lots of different things: quirky gifts, homeware, dog treats, incense, different soaps, all sorts of stuff.
Oh, brilliant! I'll go and get the dogs.
Yeah, go for it.
And little Jeffrey, I love all this. So weather's not been that kind today, but the sun's sort of trying to come out.
Yeah, when the sun's out, it's lovely.
Have you got a few people interested today?
Yeah, we've made a few sales already. It's been pretty good.
So do you do this sort of thing often?
It's our first one, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's our first one.
So I know we're going to be running this on the first Sunday of every month. So you're going to come along each time?
Yep, our plan is to do every one. And we have got some little leaflets as well with a little bit of discount for the shop if anyone wants to come along and grab one.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, that's cool. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good luck, ladies.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, of course, the Flea on the Quay is actually on the quayside itself here in town, which obviously is stating the obvious, but while I'm actually sort of wandering around, of course, the quayside's also known for the electric riverboat company, and I'm just here with the lovely people that run it. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's Ron here from Riverport Radio, so we're just sort of seeing what's going on here this morning with the Flea on the Quay. How's things going with you guys generally on river trips?
We've had a busy morning this morning. We started at 6 o'clock with our early bird trip, and we had a full contingency, which was lovely. We saw and heard over 30 species of bird this morning.
Amazing.
And then we're just starting now on our trips. We've had our first self-drive go out this morning at 11 o'clock. We've already done a passenger trip at 10 o'clock, and we have a nearly full boat at 11 o'clock this morning.
Is that your new boat? You've got your nice new boat now,
Scoop is in the corner. She's due out a little bit later, I think at 11:30, didn't you say, Sarah?
Oh, right, brilliant. And I see you've actually refurbished all your nice deck as well.
Yes, the old one had come to the end of its useful life, so we've gone with a recycled composite material, which is also non-slip. Unfortunately, the ducks still like it.
Yeah, I'm afraid living nearby, we've actually noticed over the years the actual constant jet washing of that. I'm afraid they're not going to go away with ducks.
I don't think Well, there was a hope, but I think we were wrong, so never mind.
Well, we wish you well with the summer season as it now kicks off.
Thank you very much.
And this Flea on the Quay, of course, is now going to be once a month for the next 3 months.
It's just lovely to see the quay so vibrant and busy.
Well, it's nice that they all get a chance to see you and see what you're doing here. But great, the new boat. I do recommend it to everybody, all you listeners out there. Get down here and hire a boat. Well, of course, here I am, but everybody knows that Riverport Radio is not just Ron, Paul and John, and our famous dogs, of course, but John is himself here this morning, and he's actually one of those people actually exhibiting the T-shirts for the Jazz and Blues Festival. He's even sitting there sporting one out.
This is the new slimming version of our T-shirts.
And is that working?
Yes, it is. It makes me look at least a stone lighter. I don't know how she managed it. My wife designed it, but it definitely makes me look slimmer. Don't you think, Ron?
Well, yes, I do. And for listeners everywhere, I would recommend getting one of these as quickly as possible.
Absolutely.
In view of the fact Weight Watchers is not doing so well for me, so get down here. Jazz and Blues T-shirts now available at the Flea on the Quay.
By the way, I had a conversation this morning that someone thought Slimming World wasn't doing very well. It's Weight Watchers that are in trouble.
Yes.
Slimming World, who we interviewed, the lady from our local
That's right, we did.
Are doing very well. So if you need help, go to Slimming World is our advice.
That's it. You heard it here first. Thank you very much, and moving straight on.
You're listening to Riverport Radio.
Riverport Radio.
Riverport Radio.
Right, moving along down the flea market here, I bump into Michael Sumner. Now, Michael, I know he is the proprietor of the new bookshop on Broadway. And good morning, Michael. How's things?
Oh, good morning. Not too bad. It's not a bad morning, is it?
No, it's not too bad. The sun's trying to come through. So, Michael, I know you're running the bookshop, but you decided to run a table here as well this morning at the Flea.
Yeah, it was a nice idea, nice initiative.
Yeah.
Always a nice opportunity to meet new people.
That's
because, surprisingly, sometimes people don't realise that we have certain businesses in town, so it's a good opportunity to promote that.
Yeah, we were just sort of talking to the Electric Riverboat Company here as well, because he's doing new things here now with new hire boats and things. But for you as well, it's a good chance to get across the fact that you are there on Broadway. And
absolutely. I think one of the strengths of the town is that we do a lot of networking. And on my website, I put a load of stuff on there about, if you're coming to St Ives, it's not just the bookshop, it's come and visit, have a trip on the riverboat, go to the cafes, go to the pubs. So the whole thing is kind of connected in.
Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, it is actually starting to become quite a touristy town. It always has been to some extent because of the nearness to Cambridge. But nowadays, people are coming here because they just quite enjoy actually spending time in St Ives.
It's a great place to come to. It's I think it's really one of England's best kept secrets.
Yeah.
Very easy to come into. If you want to go and visit Cambridge for the day, that's all very nice, but it's actually quite difficult to get in there, park your car. St Ives is just so easy.
That's it, we have to use our magic bus, don't we?
Yeah, we're very fortunate.
That's it.
Yeah.
But no, it was nice to see you here with the table and your books laid out, and let people know that there you are in the shop down on Broadway there. But you're pleased with how you've done it?
Absolutely. Yes, I am actually. Yeah,
it's
good. Yeah.
Oh, good.
All right. Nice to talk to you.
People. Yeah. Thank you, Michael. Thank you. Before I hand back to you, Paul, I just got to actually stop here because we've got a new coffee stall here at the Flea on the Quay from now on, and I'm just here with Stan, who is the man here with all the nice fresh coffee, good coffee he tells me, and I'm just going to try one of those. But it's caught my eye because those of us that know Ron and John know we often travel with little dogs with us. Millie's here at the moment, and I'm just going to order from her a puppuccino. So tell us about that, Renstan.
So a puppuccino is for all dogs. and it's essentially just whipped cream into a cup. Dogs absolutely love it. They will lick it right down to the bottom and then start chewing the cup. So just keep an eye out for that. But yeah, come along, order a cappuccino and come down to the flea market. It's amazing.
Brilliant. Yeah, no. So we've been worth your while today, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's nice to see a good stream of people coming through and enjoying the riverside, the quayside.
John and I are just going to sit here now and actually have one of your bacon rolls. So brilliant. Looking forward to this. Yeah, absolutely. There we go. All right. Thank you very much. Well, that's my little trip down here to the Flea on the Quay. So for listeners, please remember it's on the first Sunday of every month, and hopefully it'll get bigger and sunnier as the year goes by. And of course you always get the beautiful flower displays and things from St Ives in Bloom people, which will be setting up shortly. So brilliant. So with that, back to the studio. Over to you, Paul.
You're listening to Riverport Radio.
Riverport Radio.
Riverport Radio.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another recording for Riverport Radio. It's John here. I'm on my own today as Ron has gone on holiday taking advantage of the good weather, and Piano Man Paul is probably rehearsing for a gig. But anyway, we're in the Whiskey Cafe as usual, our little studio, and I've got a very special guest with me today, Rod Best, who is the owner of Hyperion. Good morning, Rod.
Morning, John. How are we?
We're fine, thanks, and I can see you're very fine. We bought ourselves a half of lager, so we're nicely settled. Rod, the reason we wanted to interview you, of course, was because of something we just put in today's Riverporter, which will be out immediately after this meeting. I've got to go and collect them. The news that you have acquired the site of the Hyperion, Coral, etc., that area next to the bus station.
Well, yes, the simple answer is yes, but it's kind of an end to a story, which I wouldn't mind just, if you're okay with the audience.
No, you explain away. The interview's you, not me.
To me, was the end game. The start game is what might interest people and amuse people, maybe.
Excellent.
So, 28 years ago, I was in computers, believe it or not. In fact, I'm completely computer illiterate. Having said that, I can sell anything. I mean, my wife says to me, if I could sell my grandmother. Well, I'm gutted, fortunately, but moving on.
Grandmothers?
Yeah, I haven't. Both of them died before I met her. So which is handy.
It's just as well, then.
Yeah. Anyway,
no need for sale.
So I was in computers, sold the company I had, and integrated in it was a company called Nationwide Computer Auctions. So I was an auctioneer as well. So I was there in Essex, in Thaden Boys where we lived, and for once in my life I bought a copy of Dalton's Weekly. I've only bought it once.
Right.
And in it there was an advert, just a box ad saying, auction house, for sale, St Ives, please contact da-da-da-da-da. So anyway, I thought... Well,
can I just explain for listeners, Dalton's Weekly is a newspaper which I presume is still going. It's specifically for people who want to buy businesses and things like that, the trade.
Absolutely, but I bought one copy, one time in 64 years. But in it said, I said, bear in mind, I own a company called Nationwide Computer Auction. So I had the auction covered. I've always had a passion for antiques. My mum has been an antique dealer for years. So with that, I rang the owners and said, very interested in, can I come and see you? But we're going to come for a couple of days, we're going to stay. Can you have somewhere where we can see the sea? And they said, well, you have a job. It's about 100 miles away. I had no idea. I lived in Thaden Boys, 40 minutes away. I had no idea at all that the St Ives existed.
Right. Yeah.
Which is anyway. Judy went out to see them and purchased it straight away.
So the disappointment of not being able to see the sea didn't mind.
Yeah, I did. I just felt so naive but due to the number of people who actually, I'm not alone.
No. We just sold. We just had a concert for the Jazz and Blues Festival Toby Lee, who happens to come from Cornwall, and 8 people tried to purchase tickets to the St Ives Corn Exchange thinking it was St Ives Cornwall.
Yeah.
We had to reimburse them, of course, but there we go.
Well,
it happens all the time.
One thing I'd like to say before we go on, John, by the way, I'd like to give you some credit because you really have St Ives in your blood, and you do this. People may not know this. You do this as a gesture. It's not a profit-making organisation for you, and I do applaud you because St Ives has become special to me and my family. I didn't realise at the time.
Yeah.
And I was talking about the journey. That was the start of the journey, and I inherited a company which was pretty much on its knees. To be fair. The only shining light it had was there's a young lad there called Lester Day who has been with me now 25 years and is my manager, and I couldn't do without him.
Good old Lester, yeah.
Good old Lester. Julie, he only got. Funny you should say that. When I bought the building, I finally, after 25 years, gave him a contract. All the rest of the time, it's been a handshake. It's been taking a holidays. And I don't think he took a holiday.
Well, that shows an enormous trust Lester had in you.
25 years he's been working for me, so
I'm not sure I would have worked for you for that long with that contract. Anyway.
You're listening to Riverport Radio.
Riverport Radio.
Riverport Radio.
So anyway, the good news is you've purchased it. Just a little bit of history about it. I moved to St Ives in the 70s. I have to admit, I was actually born outside of St Ives, and I lived in Huntingdon as a child. But I moved to St Ives in the 70s, and from the time I've been here, I could remember that your premises, especially the courtyard area, was always the place of an auction.
Yes.
And in those days, it was Eakins, Dilly and Handley. And I think it's from that organisation, effectively, you bought the premises.
Well, this is interesting because that courtyard, but the auction site there's been dating back well over 100 years. And Eakins, Deakins and Handley, 2 out of the 3 are still alive, believe it or not.
Right.
But what happened was that as they got older in the 90s, they decided to distribute some of their, liquidate some of their assets.
Yes.
So the site came up to sale. Now, I have to give a big shout out to Eakins, Deakins, Handley, their representatives in editors as well, because, what I was very conscious of my 25 years there, this is prime site for doing other things.
Yes.
Obviously, you look around, you see the buildings elsewhere. So my son and my daughter now work for me. I class Lester as a son, and I've got an assistant manager, Ruben, who's been with me 7 years. So a real responsibility I felt to try anyway. So I did write to when I put my offer in. It was very much with the caveat that I had no intention of doing anything else other than maintaining
as it is.
The auction as it is.
Yeah.
And if their legacy was to be carried on, I was the only child.
Yeah, because I mean, if they'd have been sold to a developer, for instance, let's admit it, that is a prime site for development. And who knows, in future years, if it's not you or your son, may decide that they want to develop the site. But the issue really is one of losing a business that has been integral to St Ives for so long, which is the antiques business entirely. You might have to relocate or anything under development, but it's good news that you're going to effectively St Ives retains its antiques business.
Yeah, I mean, my wife particularly is very keen that I don't glorify this about me. It's not about me at all. This is about, I've become very fond of this town. When I moved up here, my daughter and son were 1 and 3. They'd been through the schools in Needleworth, the Ives. They're working for me now, and this is the only home they know. So it was very cool. But I've got another extended family where I've got an antique centre and now a courtyard. The antique centre, I've got 2 dealers in there who've been there over 35 years, and they're still working for me today. So it's become.
I know. A few years ago, when I was speaking to you, you wanted to expand, and the Octagon came up as a particular district council. This will be about 10 years ago at least now. And the district council who own the Octagon, which is for people who don't know, that's the green octagon-shaped building in the car park there next to the bus station, and it came up for sale, and an organisation called Save the Octagon tried to get a lease on it at least and use it for an indoor market and all sorts of things, because at the moment, and it has been, well, since I can ever remember, as just a store for bins, and I think you were interested in using it as the original auction room for the cattle market. You could use it as your auction room, but that sort of failed, didn't it? That bit.
Well, I mean, it's a bit of a sore point with me, because I spent a lot of time trying to do that. My plan, which I submitted, was to turn that into an auction site with, if you imagine, you've got an above bit as a sort of viewing ring, where we'd have a small cafe, and we'd have that as the auction site. And then the auction site that I have, I'll just increase the size of our antique centre.
So it would make a really big antique.
It would be the biggest in Cambridgeshire by far. But they turned me down, and on the grounds, and this chokes me still to this day, I wasn't adding anything that the town didn't have already.
Anything new? Yes, I know. That was a very strange response, I thought, but and we won't go there because those were previous councillors, and fortunately none of those are still in power.
You're listening to Riverport Radio.
Riverport Radio.
Riverport Radio.
I think the good news there is there are ongoing discussions about it at the moment. And the only problem with the future of the Octagon is the fact that the district council, as I say, who own it, are not sure what future they've got, because there's talk of reorganising local authorities. And if the district council goes in a couple of years' time, they don't want to be entering into contracts now. Because of that fact that they may disappear. I think that's actually a bit of a lame duck argument, because it's just sitting there not being used, and it's such a shame.
Well, the good news, and I'll give Hyperion a bit of a plug here, is that I would still be interested, because Hyperion, since COVID, has done really well, and the reason is that the playing field has been sort of levelled now. It meant that we went on the internet, so we use the same platforms as Sotheby's, Christie's. So whether if somebody's got a Picasso, it doesn't matter whether they sell with us, Sheffins or Sotheby's. The buyer doesn't care. We have on average 15 different countries every week.
I suspect that your charges are slightly less than Sotheby's.
That's a very... listen, you should be my salesman. But at the end of the day, I tell people this, the buyer gets an awful lot better deal buying from me.
Well, I know this because Hyperion have advertised in the River Porter for quite some time now. They always put in an advert. And it switches between what you're doing in the courtyard and what you're doing with the Hyperion auctions. And I've noticed the you put in there what has sold recently, and some of the figures you're getting for things are amazing, aren't they? Watches for thousands of pounds.
Well, we got a world record for the Martin Brothers piece we sold for 28,000 started this year. We have a fine art sale today, tomorrow, May the 17th, which is the best we've ever done.
Excellent.
And so it is good. And I have to say, Leicester Day, I'll give him another shout out, retired me. The staff came to me a year ago and said, "Look, Rod, you've been here for 25 years, you're hanging around a bit like a bad smell." Not quite like that, but that's effectively what it was. So they pushed me into retirement, which I have to say I was not ready for. But I have to say, since I've been gone-ish, we've made Lester and Ruben and the team have maintained, and the courtyard has taken off brilliantly.
Well, I can say that I contact them every fortnight for an advert, and it's always great. They answer. You answer. Now I have a beef with businesses that answer the phone. Your phone is nearly always answered straight away, which is great. Barclays, on the other hand, you may as well go and get your sunbed out and your glasses and get yourself a tequila, because you can be on there for hours trying to get through to some of the Barclays, and it's great dealing with Hyperion when I want to get some adverts out for you for the next issue. Which is great.
You're listening to Riverport Radio.
Riverport Radio.
Riverport Radio.
Well, that's really good news, Rod. Is there anything else you want to let our listeners know about
I
the future?
I give a big... Well, the future, to be honest, is more of the same. The Antique Centre, which many of you know. What I would say is that we have become, with the courtyard, which we won an award for, actually, that in COVID times.
What was that award? I didn't know.
I just looked at the yard and it just was a chaotic mess. And I looked at it and I had these storage pods which weren't really selling. And I just thought, do you know what? We could have an eclectic mix of artisan dealers. And to be honest, I've got 40 dealers there now.
Really?
And it's almost like, I call it like a gym for the elderly, because mentally, these people are people who've been doing their little cottage industry, generally from home. They come here at a very reasonable price. And I have literally had a hands-off approach. They've taken it and they've run it. And all I do, to be honest, is they're all like little plates, and you see in the circus where people just spin plates now and again. That's all I do. I give them a bit of time and give them a bit of advice as to what they should sell or how displaying it. But that's done really well, real good. So we've become a destination point. We've had more and more people from Cambridge and coaches arriving because we have three things: centre, courtyard, and the auction.
Yes, that's excellent. I got a call from a bus company over in the Midlands somewhere, I can't remember exactly where, Mountain Mowbray or somewhere like that, saying, have you got that leaflet about St Ives? Well, I'm wearing my other hat, the town team. We produced a leaflet of St Ives, and it's got where to go for a walk to Hemmingford. It's got all the details of all the important things in the town, like the buildings to see. And you open it out, it's A3 map, and it's got the map. They said, we're bringing the bus load to St Ives and we'd like to give everybody a map so that when they get there, they know where they're going. So I was aware that it's quite a destination, St Ives, for more and more for bus companies and people organising daily trips out. St Ives is a good destination, isn't it?
No, it definitely is. I mean, and to be honest, the town, we've had a lot of good openings. I sit here in the Whiskey Cafe doing this interview, which is fantastic. We've got the Ivo, what was it called? The
Ivo Lounge.
Ivo Lounge. We've got some really decent things, and there's others opening as well. So I think the future is bright.
Yes.
I think it's very bright.
Eventually, Barclays, which I can see from our studio opposite, it's taking a long time, but hopefully when that is finished, that'll be an asset rather than...
Well, you're going to have 8 luxury flats there. But as I said, the auction isn't going anywhere. Well, hopefully it's going to go upwards and whatever.
And we'll let you know. I'll let you know if anything transpires with these latest discussions on the Octagon.
Yes, please do.
In fact, what I might do is ask them if you can come and attend the discussions. I think we've actually got a meeting planned with our new MP regarding developments in St Ives. That might be of interest for you.
I would be keeping me abreast of that, John. I would appreciate that. That's good.
Anyway, Rob, it was really great to interview you. Thanks very much. I'm sorry we haven't got Paul here and Ron.
You're fine, John.
But no doubt Paul will add a few Riverport Radio jingles in there and make it
make it all done. Thank you very much for the time.
Thanks, Rob.
Appreciate it.
Super.
Bye-bye.
Riverport Radio.
Riverport Radio. And finally, to play us out this episode is the Solomon Smith Trio, who will be featuring at this year's Jazz and Blues Festival with a song called You Dig That. Thanks for listening, and we'll be back again soon here on Riverport Radio.
Half-assed, I ain't stupid, man, and you ain't fooling me. Think I got your measure, and your measure don't fit me. You can talk a bunch of words, hit me dictionary. Hoping I won't get it, man, but I get what you mean. You dig that. You dig that. You dig that. You dig that. With history, you are want to rearrange the track. Put another slant on it, cause it don't chime with where you're at. You got means, you got the method, I've seen a way you hang your hat. But the truth of the truth is, you don't get where the truth is at. You dig that? You dig that? You dig that? You dig that? You animate, you sticulate, your body language talks. Your face, man, it's a picture, a map of all your thoughts. I read just what your game is and where your compass points. In every word you choose to use, I hear what's in that voice. I think I got your measure and your measure don't fit me. I think I got your measure and your measure don't fit me. You dig that? You dig that? You can run it down a rabbit hole and make it disappear. Let the online media turn a half-truth.
Riverport Radio.
Riverport Radio.